Welcome, Grandmasters and Grandmistresses. Today, we're watching Facebook Marketplace customers give their best efforts at haggling and expressing their anger. White starts off with 55,000 or 5,500. A book move, a simple question as White thinks about how to approach the haggle. Black hits back with pull up with 5,500 and I'm beating your ass. This is a great move. The threat here makes sure that White knows who is boss and shouldn't mess with Black. White replies with 2 crying emojis. It was a genuine question, tough guy. Followed by another 2 crying emojis. Excellent. White could not give a shit about Black's threat and is laughing in their face. With this, Black is too humiliated to continue playing and resigns. White opens the game with, hello, WOUL, you like to purchase his keyboard? This is a book move. Obviously, White just wants to get rid of it. White then corrects themselves with would, an inaccuracy. It's honestly useless and doesn't help the plot. Black hits back with no. Good move. It keeps things simple and puts the point across in one word. White responds with, why did you make an offer then? Inaccuracy. Black made it clear that they have no intentions on buying that keyboard, and now White looks like a desperate bitch who needs money. Black responds with, don't know. Excellent. It is now clear that Black is just trying to rage bait White rather than buy the keyboard, and they're doing a pretty damn good job. White, trying to recover from a weak position, hits back with, alright mate, please don't waste other people's time. Blunder. The fact White still hasn't resigned is beyond me because it is so fucking obvious that this is rage bait, yet they are still giving Black the opportunity to annoy them further. Black takes the opportunity and says shut it. Best move. This move pisses off White even more and ends a very one-sided game that White never stood a chance in. Next match starts off after White has already ordered an item but has waited a full week for Black to ship it. Sounds nothing like my Amazon. White opens up with, hi, when are you shipping this? This would be a book move. It's a polite way of saying, I want you to ship my fucking order soon, and this approach maintains peace. Black responds with, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My boyfriend cheated on me and I forgot about it. I'll ship out tomorrow. This is an excellent move. You and me both know this story is absolute bullshit and is just an excuse to get White off their ass. Guilt tripping at its absolute finest. They probably don't even have a boyfriend. They're nothing like me. White, in a difficult situation, says, OMG, I'm so sorry, girl, which would be a miss. The opportunity was there to call this liar out for making up an excuse, but White simply bought into it, allowing themselves to become checkmated. Now, if you don't want to become checkmated into a lie, make sure to like and subscribe, as well as join the Discord in the description. Thank you. For the next match, White opens up with, good afternoon, is this still available? Which would be a book move, the most common opening on Facebook Marketplace, and it can lead to anything really. Yes, anything. White hits back with, yes, it's still available for today. A forced move, forced to answer the question in order to get their Harry Styles hoodie off their back. White comes back with, hi, that's really good news. My daughter is autistic, her birthday is coming up June 27th. I am in severe debt, but she really loves Harry. If I could pay, I really, truly would, but I can hardly afford to keep a roof over our heads. Hold on, let me take a breath real quick. Since my wife passed away, it has been so hard for us. I just want my girl to be happy. Would you possibly be able to spare this item? It would brighten my girl's world so much. Holy shit, that was long, but it was a brilliant move. As we saw in the previous game, guilt tripping is a very good way to haggle on Facebook Marketplace, but the real question is, will Black fall for it? Black responds with, oh my god, could we do $10? You fucking dumbass. Biggest blunder of your career, and I'm sure it's not the first. I have no idea why Black believed this story. White secures a checkmate with, do you ever come to, and then the location that they live in. Good move. Ain't no way this diabolical trauma dump got Black the win. Next game. White opens with, hi, is this available? This would be a book move. There's nothing much to say about it. Black hits back with, yes, are you interested? This would be a good move. This opens up the negotiations and invites White to make their offer. White responds with, I'm a single hold on, let me get the voice. I'm a single mother of 3. Would you be willing to give this car to me for free? Our food stamps are running thin and I need a way to get my kiddos to school. Please? Another good move. The best way to get a good deal is to give a tragic story, especially when it's a lie. Like me saying I'm straight, JK, or am I? Black slaps White in the face with, get out of my DMs, you... And I'm not gonna say that last word for PewDiePie reasons. But this is a brilliant move. Disregarding the use of a racial slur, instead of being like all the other low IQ dickheads, Black did not fall for this clear and obvious lie and shut down any sign of negotiation. White, struggling for words, responds with, "Wow, disgusting." This is a forced move. There isn't much else you can say to a casual N-bomb, and White lost this one. For the next match, White opens with, "Is this still available?" This would be a book move. But can these boring fuckers stop using this opening? I get that it's meta, but still, I'm bored. Black responds with, "Yes, another book move." White inquires and asks Black, "What's your final price?" Good move. Finally, the game is starting to advance and negotiations can start. This reminds me of my earlier years. Anyway, Black hits back with, "What's yours?" Great move. He is showing the haggler that he is the fucking boss and he is not gonna let White dictate who names the price first. White doesn't give in to this though and responds with, "How much are you willing to sell it?" Good move. Similarly to Black, White is trying to assert his dominance to the situation. Black hits back again, this time saying, "How much are you willing to pay?" This is an inaccuracy. This would be what you call a mirror move, and the most boring, lifeless, shittiest of negotiators use it. Who invited a fucking parrot? This game ends in a stalemate, and I would have rather watched paint dry. This video is far more entertaining, which is why you should have liked and subscribed. White starts the game off with, "Hi, is this available 200.0 good work contactable?" I'm sorry, what the hell just appeared before my eyes and came out of my mouth? That's gotta be an inaccuracy. Nobody can read that shit. Black hits back with, "Yeah, not for 200. Good luck elsewhere." Good move. Black is not taking any shit lowball offers and is staying firm on his $450 listing. White responds with, "Wow, that's exactly like the lawnmower my grandfather was using when he had a heart attack and died." That's crazy. And it's also crazy that that's a blunder. Because if you're going to use the good old guilt tripping strategy, at least make it semi-believable, dumbass. If this was the true reason White wanted the lawn mower, they would have made it clear right away. Black hits back again with, "Damn, that sucks," and then sends 500.0. This is a best move. They give White a glimmer of hope by saying, "That sucks," but then proceed to add $50 onto the asking price. What a move. His ancestors must be fucking proud watching on from above, unlike White's grandfather. And me, eventually. For the next match, White starts the match by asking, "Hi, is this for sale?" This would be a book move. We have seen it a lot in this video, and it is the most common opening in a haggle. Black responds with, "Hi, yes, I still have it. Are you interested?" Another book move. I promise you though, this shit is about to become far more entertaining. White calmly replies, "Yes, mate. Where can you meet me? I'm in East Kilbride." Good move. This is progressing talks and invites Black to continue the negotiation of where the pickup spot should be. Black firmly hits back with, "If you come and pick it up, you can have it for 20 pounds. I've been offered 20 pounds for it already, but you messaged first. Let me know either way. Cheers." Great move. I just want to say what Black said here was absolute bullshit. There was no interest from any other buyers, and Black was using a manipulative strategy by saying there was a competitor to get more money. Smart. White responds with, "Alright mate, I'm going meeting some geezer for a new putter. Wanna come with me and we'll doom in and take it off him, lol? Shit, that was meant for my pal, but it's not about you. Where do you live?" This has to be the most stupidest fucking blunder that I have ever witnessed. Not only has White just admitted he wants to rob Black instead of paying them, but instead of deleting the message, he made the most obvious lie ever and asked for the address right after. Jesus Christ, what a checkmate. Next match, White opens the game with, "I would like to buy your iPhone 8 Plus, 64GB unlocked for $385. Good move. Unlike everybody else who started with the basic, "Is this for sale?" White used their brain here and knew it was for sale because it was on Facebook Marketplace. He made a good ass offer too. Black responds with, "Okay, $385 sounds good. This would be a good move. In most scenarios, this would result in a stalemate because both players got exactly what they wanted. Although White is one of those annoying lowballers that just had to ruin everything. White hits back with 350, got to pay my kid's braces. This is an easy blunder. The opportunity to make both parties happy was missed here, and White deserves to have both sides of his pillow warm tonight. Selfish bastard. Black comes back with, "No, sorry. Good move." Instead of being argumentative and causing drama, Black decides to stay cool and collected with a simple no. The good guy in the situation is very clear. White, desperately trying to secure the lowball, asks Black, "So you hate kids?" This is a great move. It paints Black out to be an asshole, despite him being the good guy, and is a respectable attempt at turning the game on its head. White hits back with, no, I need $385 for my kid's braces. This would be a brilliant move. Absolute fucking cinema. Not only is this answer hilarious, but it leaves White with nothing to say. If they continue to ask for lower price, then Black can simply say that White hates kids. An exceptional checkmate. Next game. This haggle is regarding a car, and White begins the game with, any inside pictures? Good move. Black was pretty stupid for not including the interior of the car in the listing anyway, so it is a reasonable request from White. Black does the unthinkable and hits back with, nope. That's an inaccuracy. What the fuck? You can't expect to successfully sell a car to someone without showing them what the interior looks like. For all the buyer knows, it could be a Diddy dungeon on wheels. White responds with, how the fuck am I supposed to know if I want to buy it then? Great move. White basically makes the same point that I did. It makes it clear that they will not be buying the car unless they're allowed to see the inside of the Diddy dungeon on wheels. Black then hits back with, I will not fucking sell this car to poor ones. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji. You have to be rich to afford this kind of shit. My son, fucking dickhead. Blunder. What on earth have I just read? This absolute specimen just crashed out because someone asked to see the inside of the car he was trying to buy. How bad can it be? Did they shit on all the seats or something? Amber Heard. I hope this guy's car explodes overnight and he doesn't make $1 from it. Respectfully. For the last match, White decides to be one of the NPCs and opens up with, is this still available? Another book move. Why can't people start spicing their openings up a bit more? Black responds with, yes, are you interested? Which is a book move used to invite negotiation. White then goes crazy and says, maybe I can bring you out to eat also? That is an inaccuracy. This is not fucking Tinder. Bro actually thought he had a chance rizzing up a seller on Facebook Marketplace. This guy is a gooner for sure, and it will not get him any item for cheaper. Black hits back with, Facebook Marketplace is not a dating app. Exactly my thoughts, which shuts down White's valiant efforts at securing the Huz. Good luck next time, bud. But if you want to secure the Huz, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and join the Discord in the description. Peace.